Most people over 65 believe that staying busy is the secret to staying alive. That if you slow down, if you skip things, if you rest too much, your body and mind will collapse. But here's the uncomfortable question almost no one asks. What if the constant push to stay productive is actually stealing your happiness in old age? Here's the mystery. Across the United States, millions of seniors are doing everything they were told to do. Staying active, staying involved, staying responsible. Yet surveys show rising stress, fatigue, and quiet dissatisfaction after 70. Something doesn't add up. The clues are everywhere, but the explanation is rarely discussed. To understand why being lazy in very specific ways can make old age happier, we have to go back to where the pressure started. In early adulthood, effort equals survival. You work harder to build security. You say yes more than no. American work culture, especially after World War II, rewarded constant motion. Researchers studying the silent generation and early boomers found that busyness became tied to self-worth. Rest felt dangerous, cause leads to effect. The nervous system adapts to constant demand. The body learns to stay alert. That works at 30 and 40. It even works, mostly, at 50, but then changes begin quietly in the 40s. By midlife, stress hormones stay elevated longer after effort. Studies from the National Institute on Aging show that recovery time increases starting in the mid-40s, even in healthy adults. But habits don't change. People keep pushing through fatigue, social obligations, and emotional labor. This is where the first cracks appear. Sleep shortens, irritability increases, joy becomes conditional on productivity. Still, most people don't question it, they call it responsibility. Then comes the shift after 70 that most people ignore. After 70, the rules change. The aging brain becomes more sensitive to overload. The body handles stress differently. Research from U.S. longitudinal aging studies shows that excessive obligations after 70 correlate with lower life satisfaction, even when physical health is good. This is where strategic laziness becomes powerful. The first thing happier seniors are lazy about is explaining themselves. Many older adults feel obligated to justify choices, routines, or boundaries, but psychological studies show that constant self-justification increases stress and resentment. Seniors who stop over-explaining report better mood and stronger relationships. Less effort, more peace. The second thing is keeping up with everyone else's pace. After 70, trying to match younger schedules disrupts sleep and recovery. Data from American sleep surveys show that irregular schedules worsen memory and emotional regulation in seniors. Happier older adults allow slower mornings, fewer transitions, and more empty space. The third thing is fixing other people's problems. Many seniors remain emotional anchors for family, but research on caregiver stress shows that emotional labor without reciprocity accelerates burnout. Seniors who step back, even slightly, protect both mental health and energy. Being lazy here is protective. The fourth thing is maintaining outdated standards. This includes spotless homes, perfect hosting, or constant availability. Studies on aging and self-compassion show that reduced perfectionism after 65 predicts higher happiness than income or health status. Letting things slide isn't decline, it's adaptation. The fifth thing is worrying about productivity. This one is the hardest to unlearn. American surveys show that seniors who decouple self-worth from output experience less depression and more meaning. Purpose shifts from doing to being. That transition requires deliberate slowing. But most people don't realize this until the breaking point. The breaking point often shows up as exhaustion that rest doesn't fix, or a sense of emptiness despite full days, or irritation toward things that used to feel manageable. Doctors may find nothing wrong. Families may say, stay busy, but the issue isn't an activity, it's misdirected effort. The fallout is real. Health suffers first. Chronic stress weakens immunity. Inflammation rises. Studies link overcommitment in older adults to higher cardiovascular risk, even when exercise levels are adequate. Money comes next. Overextending leads to unnecessary spending, travel fatigue, or helping others at personal cost. Financial stress increases, not because of lack, but because of obligation. Lifestyle follows. Time fills up, but meaning thins out. Joy becomes rare. Days feel heavy. So what do seniors try instead? They try failed fixes based on old advice? They add more activities, join more groups, volunteer more hours. While social connection matters, overload cancels the benefit. Research shows diminishing returns after a certain point. They push through fatigue with caffeine or discipline. This worsens sleep and anxiety. They ignore signals from their body, believing slowing down equals giving up. The data says the opposite. Now link this to today. Americans are living longer than ever, but longevity without ease becomes a burden. The happiest seniors aren't the busiest. They are the most selective with their energy. So, what can you do today if you're over 60? First action. Choose one thing this week to stop rushing. Mornings, meals, or conversations. Let your nervous system reset. Second action. Remove one obligation that brings no real joy. Just one. Watch what changes. Third action. Practice being unavailable without apology. This protects energy and self-respect. Here's the warning. Backed by evidence. Chronic overexertion after 70 increases stress-related illness, even in physically active seniors. And here's the open thought to carry into the next video. What if happiness in old age isn't earned by doing more, but by finally doing less of what never mattered? If this gave you a new perspective, tap like so others can find it. Share it with someone who's tired but doesn't know why. Leave a comment if this hit close to home. Subscribe for the next chapter, where we talk about the hidden habits that quietly drain joy after retirement.